Winning the official Strongman games and being the world's strongest man under 80 kilo would just be everything you've worked for. It'd be a dream come true.
What official Strongman games is?
Some of the most powerful people in the entire world are flexing in Daytona Beach.
The official Strongman games
is like the pinnacle of lightweight strongman.
Is the world championship title for weight class based athletes.
It's a brutal comp, full on. It'll test every aspect of strength.
It happens once a year in Daytona Beach, Florida.
It is the world's strongest man, the world's strongest woman for weight categories.
Broadly speaking, it is the greatest expression of strength there has ever been within any strength sport ever created.
Everyone is qualified via the website in every category.
There are 9 world titles, over 300 athletes, and 3 Giants Live invites.
6 events over 3 days.
2 events per day.
First 2 days are the qualifying heats for the final.
Only the top 10 athletes will then go on to complete the final 2 events.
They all compete for their world title.
And I won it once.
I am Tim Daglish, 28 years old from Lancaster, England. I am Britain's strongest man under 80 kilo.
I am Joe Daglish from Lancaster in England. I'm 28 years old and I was 2nd place at Britain's Strongest Man 2021. Together, we are the world's strongest twins. So when we first got into Strongman, it was at the exact time that Eddie Hall was winning or won World's Strongest Man. It's a sort of a very similar period, isn't it?
The world's strongest man! Right here!
Very sort of that time where he'd pulled 500. You know, I remember watching that World's Strongest Man that year when he won Worlds, and that was as we were just getting into it, and it's like, wow, like, look at this is amazing. We want to do that, and we've got Eddie Hall ultimately to thank for us now dedicating our lives to Strongman, and like I remember I think my phone background was Eddie Hall for a while.
Yeah, same.
Because like
I think there's a lot of people
as like a
that.
motivation of like, you know, like look what he's achieved. And
Got a cat
like,
named Eddie because of that.
He's named his cat after him. And it's
The thing that I love about Strongman is that it is a sport where you are pretty much individually relying on yourself. Okay, you've got all your teammates around you, your coach, your nutritionist, your people you train with, but ultimately you're relying on yourself when you're performing. I think we got to a point where we were being fed up of team sports being let down, weren't we? Whether people not turning up on a weekend or not training, not being able to put the same amount of dedication in as that we wanted to. I think ultimately we got a little bit fed up over that. We've got years of people letting you down or not having the same amount of dedication as you. Where as a strongman, I feel like you get the right balance. You get the team aspect of it, being able to train with your training partners throughout the week, and then when you are competing though, you are ultimately you're relying on yourself, aren't you? How much training you put in, the commitment you put in, and then the performance you put in yourself. You're not relying on anyone else to help you out. I think that's ultimately the thing that excites me the most and allows me to dedicate, so much towards Strongman.
So we're here in Lancaster, which is in the northwest of England. We're about 5 minutes away from where we live. We're at the Williamson's Park. This is the Ashton Memorial. Quite lucky really, so such a place of sort of natural beauty, so close to where we live that we can come to, very accessible, very easily, and just sort of switch off from training. It's not the clearest of days. On a good day, you'll be able to see right across into the Lake District. You could name your fells pretty much. Obviously we've got Morecambe Bay, probably one of the best sunsets in the world. Morecambe Bay, quite famous for its sunset. If you ever get a chance to be fair, yeah. Funny, people travel all over the world to see it, and it's just like on our doorstep, and we could be here in 5 minutes to look at it. Or people travel all over the world to look at other sunsets that, in our opinion, aren't as good. Well, we always knew we wanted a career in sport. We've always enjoyed education, and we've always enjoyed learning. And helping other people, and I think they sort of just combine really nicely. Our older brothers are both PE teachers as well. We've got, unbelievably, we've got older twin brothers as well. So there's 2 sets of identical twins within our family, and they're PE teachers as well. So there's four twin brothers, me, Tim, Johnny and Robin, and between the 4 of us we're all PE teachers within sort of different areas of the country. I think we've always just all enjoyed sport, haven't we? And we've not just enjoyed football, we've all enjoyed every sport we've ever done. Yeah. And I think we're quite keen to help future generations also have that kind of similar admiration and enjoyment that we get from sport. And that kind of sense of achievement when you do achieve that, it is quite enjoyable, isn't it, as well? Yeah. Northwest of England, the weather is ever changing, isn't it? It was blue skies before and now it's very wet.
It's one of the most alpha male titles on the planet to be the world's strongest man, and I've dreamed about it since I was a child. I don't want to be an average guy. I want to be extraordinary. And to do that, you've got to do extraordinary things. You've got to push the body to the human limits. You've got to go beyond what you think's capable. You've got to push yourself through pain barriers. You've got to push yourself through all sorts of mental barriers as well. You take yourself to places you wouldn't thought people could go to.
I can, I will, I can, I will, I can, I will. And then you just see it and do it.
180 kilograms.
180 kilograms.
This is actually our first under 80 comp. We've competed previously in the under 90 divisions. We've dropped weight down over the last 6 or 7 months to compete in the under 80s.
New world record, guys!
Big pump now, big pump.
Wow! Tied on points for third and twins.
Wow! 60-second time limit. If you're still throwing after 60 seconds, I'd just give up. Let's rock and roll.
Joe Dalgleish 19.53, Tim Dalgleish 18.09. Tim was half a point ahead of Joe. We've now got another point.
Joint second place, Dean McVie and Tim Dalgleish, 51.5, leading by half a point, Joe Dalgleish.
So the winner of those three in the stones wins it.
100, 120, 140, and then the 165 is out, giving me the opportunity to go for the world record stone to 48 inches.
Madness, honestly, just got the run perfect and then loaded it, left it there and turned around and everyone was screaming at me. I just really chuffed to load it. Obviously would have stayed up there fully, but yeah, happy enough that the timer had stopped thankfully and I got given the call, which is great.
So in third place, 52.5 points, is Dean McVie. In second place with 57 points, Joe Dalgleish. Winner, and he also hit the world record fucking stone with 61.5 points, Tim Dalgleish.
Just gobsmacked, to be honest. I knew that if I put a good comp together, I'd finish well, but I didn't ever think that I would win today. People always say to us like, oh, I bet you really want to beat him and stuff, but for us it's not like that. if anyone's going to beat me, I'd rather Joe beats me. Obviously, I've beaten him today, but it's really weird. It's stressful competing together because I want him to do well and he wants me to do well. So you kind of always feel like you can't focus on yourself and you're always trying to help each other out. So it's kind of ideal scenario today. He's got the world record deadlift, which we both really wanted. We're top 2 together. Just literally couldn't have gone better, really. So my name is Tim Daglish and I am Britain's strongest man under 80 kilos. I remember our first ever deadlift session we did. I think we did like 120. And then I literally couldn't move for about 5 days afterwards. Yeah. So it was nothing like, I've heard people on the internet say, oh, the first time I went to the gym I deadlifted 300 or something. It was nothing like that, you know, very, very, very sort of probably 60, 70 kilo bench. So like anyone watching this, it's taken us like 4, 5 years. That's just with strongman training and then, you know, and the sort of a lifetime of sport to get to sort of the level that we're at, you know, preparing to 2 weeks out from official strongman games. And I don't think when we ever started doing strongman, we thought we'd get to this level. I remember watching people on Instagram and different lifters and thinking, wow, like they're amazing. Like look at them competing over in this different country and you know for these different titles. And now all of a sudden that is very soon to be us.
Get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the crease. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the
Today we're here at Lean Body Strength Club. We're going to be training sandbag throw, heavy log.
So the plan with the sandbag throw is that we're going to do 6 sets of 4 over 4.6 meters, which is the height for the official Strongman Games. First time we did bag throw about 6 months ago. It was absolutely abysmal. Everywhere was a danger to be stood. If you're stood in front of you, it's more likely going to go over there than over the actual target. It seems that bag throw seems to be in every comp at the moment, so we kind of prioritised it. It was in OSG Worlds in November. We thought, right, we've got 10 months, whatever it is, we need to get good at that. It's been in 2 comps since then. Obviously Brits under 80, we came 1st and 2nd in the bag throw. So it's turned from like a real weakness to a real strength now, I think. Now we're going to move on to log. The plan's to build up to a sort of heavy single. We're going to have a little go with the 3 rep max, which is the OSG qualifier from the chest. Do you know what I got wrong on the 2nd and the 3rd rep? Was that bringing the log back down to the chest? It was just in the wrong position because it's got to be such a controlled lowering. If you get it in the wrong position, and Tim's actually a lot better than me. When we watch his video, you see like his angle of his wrist. It's a good starting point, isn't it? For OSG with 115 per reps. That's 110 for free tonight. You know, a couple of weeks more, you do 110 for 5 and then 115 for free. With 4 months to go, obviously it's not a terrible place to be for one of our so-called weaker events as such. We haven't gone over 110 in months, probably since we did a big weight cut before Christmas. So that's why I'm happy with the 110 for free because that sort of to me says that I'm around 120.
You just failed it.
That says to me I'm around 120 if I'm fresh. Once we've done that, we moved on to the OSG deadlift ladder and give that a little bit of a run. Yeah, so the focus tonight being strapless deadlifts mainly. Obviously with official strongman games coming up, our deadlift focus will move towards that now.
So the deadlift ladder this year is 5 bars, it's an extra bar on previous years. For us in the under 80 kilo category, the first bar is roughly 206 kilos. The final bar is a mammoth deadlift bar, so it's a little bit longer than a normal deadlift bar. I think that's around 305 kilos, so that's 5 bars altogether. And you're going through those bars and lifting them as quick as you possibly can.
We really value the importance of actually practicing the ladder and the skills, so we spent a little bit of time setting that up with 4 bars. We did 2 sets there. The first set was 160, 200, 220, 240. That felt really good, moved really well, it was really quick. And then we did a comp weight set. Yeah, what did we do? 205, 245, it's just a couple of kilo below, 265 and 290. So yeah, around comp weight, I'm a little bit heavier, a little bit below on the bars. It was right on the limit tonight, but being so deep into the session after doing the fail at 280 early, I was happy to get through and finish it all, and just really happy with how good the grip felt on the 290. It was a long rep and a bit of a battle, so to get that rep locked out, it was quite a good confidence booster really.
Winning the official Strongman Games and being the world's strongest man under 80 kilo would just be everything you've worked for, it'd be a dream come true.
Winning world's strongest man is the ultimate goal for every athlete that's travelling out to America, every athlete who is training in a gym
regardless of their level of ability or strength, regardless of their experience level. That is their ultimate goal, whether they were willing to admit it or not. That is what they would one day dream, to be stood at the top of that podium. If that was to happen, it would just be like, it'd be a dream come true. But, you know, it's that aim to try and make that dream a reality, that, you know, we spend those hours in the gym focusing and obsessing on Strongman 4. Britain's strongest man under 80 kilo, cool. Static Monsters from the weekend, winner. I think any time we stand next to each other on the podium is always quite a good, cool achievement. We enjoy doing them. So the Natural Federation, 190, second place, Britain. This was from this summer, Britain's strongest man, Natural, second place. You won that one, didn't you? Under 80.
That's the only time I've ever beat him on the podium though.
Well, we watched Britain's Strongest Man last week, and watching it, and the word legacy and different things like that were thrown around. Yeah. It's like, it's such a unique situation, isn't it? You know, Luke's there watching Tom, but he's been there with him every single step of the way, watching Tom progress, get better, have setbacks, watch him come back again. They are the best two in the world at the moment right now. They are absolutely dominating. They are achieving that legacy. But at the same time, you know, I feel like we've got very similar similarities where we'll feel similar things in comps to what they feel. They're obviously trained together, they'll be able to push each other and hold each other accountable. And it'd be quite nice to think kind of in the lightweight scene, we obviously one day want to try and have a similar legacy to what the Stoltmans are achieving, you know, in the open weight. You know, to leave a legacy, like Tim said, of what the Stoltmans are doing within open weight strongman. And it'd be great to think, wouldn't it, if someone thinks, you know, lightweight strongman is getting bigger and bigger. When people talk about lightweight strongman, we want them to go, oh yeah, the Daglish brothers, the twins. You know, like people are saying at the moment with the open weight, or the Stoltman brothers. People want to be Luke Stoltman, people want to be Tom Stoltman, like, you know, and they're leaving that legacy, and now it's up to us to leave that legacy and be iconic almost, or try and aim to be even 1% like they are within lightweight sport and lightweight strongman. And if we can motivate somebody to be a lightweight strongman, or influence someone to be a lightweight strongman, or help them in a way, you know, like the Stoltmans have in open class strongman, then that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? But I just think they're so cool as well. Like, they're just absolutely class, aren't they? I think strongman to us is just such an amazing platform and promoter of the sport, that you look at sports around the world, you know, football, rugby, all these different sports, they've got a body that is growing the sport, and Official Strongman is doing that for strongman. And I think for, like we spoke about already, lightweight strongman, different weight categories, even open weight strongman, it's like they've provided something for athletes to, like you say, they deserve the sort of the recognition and the to be treated well in a competition, and that's what you get. You feel special. That competition we did at the Arnold's, the Official Strongman one, you felt like an athlete, you felt like you were treated like the pros, and that was exactly what the impression we got off speaking to the people running the competition.
Hello and welcome to the very first Arnold's UK Official Strongman log and deadlift for reps. On the stage here, hundreds of people are going to be cheering on the competitors, and we're going to see nothing but unadulterated strongman action. He's properly up for this one. Give it up for Tim Daglish. 5 reps is the target. Solid first lift. Kept hold of the log when it fell, didn't allow it to bounce. It knocks him back just slightly. Solid, straight up. Good tricep strength. Here we go, mate. Let's make it 4. Let's make it 4. Good work. Down, good lift, just in the nick of time. Let's go, Joe. Job well done to kick things off with. He's eyeing that 7. Notice, as the log bounced, notice straight into the next movement. He knows how many he wants in a row before he's taking a rest. 4 reps. Let's go. Let's go, Joe. 5 reps. How close can he get? How close? How close? What a brilliant effort and a brilliant way to round up the men's under 80 kilogram category. up next is a man who's qualified for the official Strongman Games in November in Daytona Beach, Florida. So he's looking to do business here. Make him welcome, it's Tim Daglish. On a regular deadlift bar, this man has pulled 330 before, and you're seeing the after effects of that there. This is fast. No fatigue in this man. 7, 4 left to level. 8, so close. Let's go, Tim. 9, 2 more to level. 10, 1 more to level. 11, he's leveled it. If he gets this, he guarantees moving himself into the lead.
There's only one person who can possibly beat that. Sadly for me, he's to come, and he's got the same last name, so Joe, my twin brother, will be out last, and he'll be chasing that down, so hopefully 13's enough and he'll get 12.
Let's go, Joe. First rep, safe. He's found his rhythm, he's found his line. Notice how much the axle bounces. He's slowed it down then to make the next rep easier. That's significant. He's finding his rhythm. 13 is the number to beat. And what does that title mean to you? Be the world's strongest twins. It's pretty cool.
To be honest, it's been a brilliant year for us. We came first and second in Britain's Strongest Man under 80 earlier in the year. We had a good day today. We're going into November, we're going to the official Strongman Games, where we just want to mix it with the best in the world and just prove we're up there with the best under 80 strongman in the world, and that's what it's all about for us.
10, 3 more to tie. 15 seconds. 11. So you're making it really easy for us. You're wearing your full Cerberus gear, but your beards are so different and your haircuts. It's just so easy to tell the difference between you guys.
It's all in the socks, red and black.
The official Strongman under 80 kilograms axle bar deadlift champion 2021, Tim Daglish.
Even if there'd have been no one there and no one watching, we'd have still been there and deadlifted, and we'd have still put in a good performance, and we'd have enjoyed it. But to have sort of the setup, the interview, the crowd watching and listening, and the support was just makes it even more special and more worthwhile. After all the hard work that we put in.
For me, anybody who is wanting to get into strongman or wanting to compete, if you go into the gym in that first session and your numbers aren't great compared to other people, that's fine. Just stick at it, see where you're at in 12 months time or in 2 years time. That is what we've always said. The test of time is the most important thing for us. If we know if we can do something 4 or 5 times a week for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, then we'll make the progress that we need to make and we'll get to where we need to get. And it's like, even going into this sort of OSG, it's like, for me, there's still, like, we're talking about we've been training and competing for 4 or 5 years. I feel like we're right at the start of our journey 100%. Still. Like, it's probably the first 2 or 3, 4 years we just spent getting strong, learning the different events, learning what body weight we need to be competing at. At the heaviest, we got to 105 kilos, and we're stronger now, a lot stronger now than we were then. 25 kilos lighter, and it's sort of like just taken us that time to sort of find our place in the sport, and now we're at the right sort of start.
It feels like
we're
beginning the sport now, doesn't it? Well, this kind of past season anyways, when we started doing our under 80 comps, so the last 5-6 months feels like the beginning of the sport. Everything before that feels like we're all kind of working to a point where we can compete. So when we go to OSG, we are definitely bringing the best version of us so far. I felt at Britain's under 80 we were in pretty good shape. I felt strong, felt quick, but I feel now we've had 6 months to build on that. Our body weight has kind of maintained, our energy levels have gone up. Certainly feel stronger and more prepared than ever to take on the competition at the official Strongman Games. So we're going there as Britain's strongest man, 1 and 2, under 80 kilograms. See me smash Tommy Lavelle on deadlift ladder. I'll make sure the back of my shoes are pretty clean, the back of my heels are clean, so Tommy can look at them when I go past him. We're going to the official Strongman Games to show everyone what the world's strongest twins are all about.
Tim Daglish in lane number 3 from England. You're not seeing double, it's Joe Daglish.
Tim and Joe, look out for them on the deadlift.
Easy!
At the moment, Strongman is our whole life.
He was Britain's strongest man in 2021. Who was the runner-up? Of course, it was his brother.
Oh, Tommy's goes over!
Look at the class. And if anyone was ever going to do that, if anyone wasn't going to buckle under the pressure, it was Tommy.